We are back on the build after our visit from Eric, and right after Eric came, we actually had my parents come back into town for a weekend. So it's been a whirlwind, and we kind of feel like we've been off the build for a long time, but we really haven't. It's only been 2 days. So what is happening today?
So we have the inspector coming tomorrow to do our pressure test on our gas line. So we're going to pressurize our gas line up to 15 psi. That needs to hold for 10 minutes. So he's going to take a look tomorrow morning, make sure it reads 15, and then he's going to pass us. And then hopefully we'll have the propane company coming to drop our tank and get everything connected.
Yeah.
So when our appliances get here, we'll be ready to go.
Yep.
So today, though, to get ready for the inspector, we have to put that on test, and then we also need to connect our ground wire to our black pipe, run that ground wire, it's a number 6 gauge wire, all the way to our panel, and that'll help protect it just in case there's any ground faults against it, or in the case of like a lightning strike.
All right, so we're gonna get to work so we can't get failed on that portion and be ready for tomorrow. Here we go.
Every time I come under the house, I get a little PTSD.
A little PTSD?
Yeah.
Hello. Get on over here.
I'm coming.
Okay.
So I guess we want to put it as close to where the gas enters the house as possible. So like here probably is fine. So we want to like take off some of the black on the black pipe so that there's a good connection to the metal.
That's why we brought the sandpaper.
Yep. And then we'll put the clamp on, connect the ground wire to that, and then we'll just run it all the way to the panel.
Okay, you got some clamps?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do we come out? Through the rim joist? Is that what you're doing?
You can see that ground going up right there. I kind of think just try to make it follow that same path.
Oh, stop! Okay, you made it. You're just right to the right of a piece of conduit. It's perfect. It turned out perfect, but okay. You got it. That seems impossible, Ryan. Do you feel ready for an inspection now?
I think so. Pressure's all good. We have our supports everywhere we need them.
Mm-hmm. We have a ground.
We have our ground connected, so yeah, I think we're all ready.
All right. We got in the build pretty early this morning so we could do a few last minute things we needed to do on our gas line, so we're all prepared for our inspection with that. And now we're figuring out all the various connections we need to make to get this water heater installed. We would love to have our water heater completely done and installed by the end of this week. It's Tuesday right now, so we're going to push to make it happen. And while we're waiting on the inspector to come, we're laying out the PVC route for the exhaust to our water heater that will end up running out of our roof.
You're out off the back wall, kind of where we want this to come up.
So we're gonna have to drill at least probably a 3-inch hole.
Okay.
Give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room. So we're gonna want 2 3-inch holes, 7 inches on center. And then this one would go up and over, but it would just be kind of on this kind of a diagonal.
Here he comes. The bunnies.
Village here.
Right?
The black one's buns, and the gray one is bunweena.
Well, we seem to be happy at home here. Right?
Yeah.
So we're on test at the back here. And I was having a little leak, so I was testing everything, trying to find anything. Turned out the valve stem in this was what
Those
my
are always the
main
problem.
culprit was.
Yeah, those are always the problem. Every house that has a leak, it's usually the valve stem.
Yeah.
So it's been on since 8 o'clock this morning?
Yep, at 15.
At 15. You're not losing anything, so you're good.
Cool.
All right.
Just on to walls and ceiling, you know, and then, you know, trim and stuff. But as far as big stuff,
We just need to make sure that you have a working kitchen, a working bathroom. you
Okay.
know. Just go through that list and
We're close on the working bathroom.
Oh,
Get
yeah?
the water heater hooked up and then the shower's going. Otherwise, we've got cold water, we've got a flushing toilet. Life is good.
there you go.
thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Our inspector has come and gone, and that inspection was super simple. We just had to hold pressure, and Ryan's been working super hard to make sure we were maintaining that pressure. So quick, easy, and we were even able to chat with him just a little bit about what we need to do to get that final sign off that we're ready to move in. But now we are back to work on installing this water heater.
That wall is like right here.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can just bring these two up, and hopefully it's just enough over so that this can still, enough clearance that this can just rest right up against this joist. Far enough over to miss like this. Right?
I feel like it should be.
I guess we'd cut the holes in the floor and then drop a piece of 2-inch down here. If we had everything dry fit, it would be perfect.
Okay. We got a little headway on the PVC venting, and we hear the propane guys pulling up our driveway. So we're gonna go get that propane tank all set now. Look at that tree to fall. All right, the propane has been delivered. It's all hooked up, and now it's just ready for us to get the appliances in and get the water heater done. So we're gonna keep working on that.
Yeah, it looks like a 2-inch piece will fit into here. So we kind of need to cut back our insulation probably to like here. That would have been smart.
You just wanted, you were like, I really am jonesing to cut some insulation.
Pretty much right in the center of that hole, doesn't it? So we'll go this. Let's figure out what we want to do for the area down below.
Okay.
6 inches.
Am I gonna go up and put the piece of ABS through to test?
I think so.
Okay, I'll go do that. Back hole or the front hole?
Back one.
There you go.
We just got done test fitting and dry fitting the exhaust for the water heater, and until we can put the hole through the roof, we're about as far as we can go. So now we have our hardware that we're connecting to the bottom of the water heater, the valves, the pressure relief, and the gas drip leg that's going to connect to our outlet box. So just getting some of the stupid stuff done that we need to do to get our hot water heater working.
Yeah.
Any goop or anything.
There we go. What is that guy again?
This is our pressure relief valve. So if for some reason pressure in the system gets too high, it comes out of this valve.
Okay.
This is set to automatically open at a certain pressure.
Okay. We're gonna move the hot water line and the cold?
The hot and the recirculating. We're gonna
Okay,
leave
that's
the
what I
cold
thought.
where it's at.
And take it out with a 90.
So this one will come up right here, and I think just connect right into here.
Now what part are you hooking up
This is just our on-off valve,
for?
our gas line.
I think we'll have this ladder be back here,
Okay.
angled up.
We've been busy this morning working on the PEX line that will run to our water heater, and now it's time to cut the hole in our roof for the vent of our water heater. So Ryan is upstairs right now getting ready to drill the pilot hole for that, and then we'll go outside so he can get that hole cut in the roof.
I think my plan is to try to start it at that angle and then try to rotate it down to a plumb position
Okay.
so we get our elliptical. So now the question is it better to do it from down here or up there?
Very heavy ladder. It's not uneven ground. I'm sorry. Is it good?
I think that works, but kind of.
You know what sometimes I think?
What?
There's that saying, do something that scares you every day.
Yeah.
We don't even need to do something that scares us every day because we have huge things happen. Like sometimes 4 things in a day, you know?
We were caught up.
Yeah. So I feel like after the build,
We're banking our.
we can just
Banking.
kind of be sitting around.
You'd be boring.
All right, so you saw us. I cut as big a hole as I could with our 4-inch hole saw, and I wasn't able to get the ellipse perfect, so I actually had to increase the size of the hole just a little bit with the Sawzall. Sarah's running to get the piece of PVC now to do a test fit, and if all goes good, then we'll be able to cut this out for the flashing.
I always like these little shots of you through the hole. I think they're funny.
I think maybe it still needs to go back a little bit, but
Now, that's level.
okay.
We're good, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Like, do you just want me to push it up so it's level?
Yeah. $13, and then we're gonna mark 6.5. So then we need to do, if we're doing 9, we'd do 4.5. I think we want to kind of make our the boot needs to come up almost to there. Not bad. All right, so I got the shape of our boot cut out, and now I just need to lift up the surroundings of the shingles so that I can get that flange underneath. Check to see if there's any nails, and then I'll dry fit it in. If it goes in easily, then I'll just put some sealant on the underside of it, and we should be good to go. So let's see how easy it is. Always easier said than done. Clearance we need. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Sweet.
I feel like that was your best time yet, Ryan.
We got this boot all installed. Everything's looking great on it. And now I'm just getting the last minute nails put back in, some sealant around these edges and around the top. And then we'll put a couple of grommeted screws right down here at the bottom since they'll be exposed. And then we'll be able to wrap this up and then continue with the vent installation either tomorrow or on Friday. So took a little longer than we wanted to today to get this done, but I think this is the last penetration we have to do on the house, which makes me very, very happy. I think we're done with penetrations on the roof. And we should be able to, I think, finish up this hot water heater in the next couple days.
That's awesome. Having a good time?
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Oh, it's good to be on flat ground.
So yesterday we put up the flashing on the roof that's going to accommodate that concentric vent that's going to go up through the roof and tie into the hot water heater. And now today we need to get some of those components installed, like the recirculating pump and our expansion tank, get all those components that are going to go between our hot water and cold water lines and the connection to the hot water heater. So those are coming up, but first we need to get the wall built that's going to hide those hot water lines, and we do need to put some blocking behind that wall so we have a solid surface to attach the mounting brackets for the recirculating pump and stuff. So Sarah is off cutting some of that wood. I am getting some of the pieces for the recirculating pump all connected, and we're going to start putting this wall together and see if we can get this hot water heater all installed and running by the end of today. So follow along, it should be a good time.
We gotta just do it right on the first try.
We have our hot water line plugged in. We'll need to get pressure relief on our condensate, install the recirculating pump here, and then this has to tee off to go to the expansion tank, and then these two tie together and go to hot tie in. So okay. I think maybe the best first thing to do is to run the line for this, and then that way we can kind of like make sure that all this stuff is kind of like going around it.
Okay.
We didn't record very much of putting this together because we are in a super cramped spot, but we have everything connected so that we can test the system, not with hot water though, but we can check at least all of our connections. You can see our pump here is not connected, but there's an integrated check valve in here. So in theory, water shouldn't flow this way. So we have this valve turned off. We'll open this one, and then our two valves on our water heater, and that should let us test our water lines. Like we can turn on our hot water in our bathroom and water will come out of it, but just not hot water. So,
all right.
Nothing should really happen when we do this. I mean, we'll hear water, but we should not see any leaks. And we don't. This is closed, this is closed, these are closed. So when we open this, it should start letting water go into the hot water heater. And fill the hot water heater. So far so good. Mm-hmm. And then if we open this, when we open up our hot water valve now, water should come out.
Okay.
It doesn't. Okay. Ooh, I heard water.
Uh-huh.
And that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
And then we're very, very close to having it produce hot water.
Very, very close-ish.
We just need connect the gas line, connect the line up to the recirculating, and get our vent attached.
And do something with the CPVC.
Oh, get the condensate line and the pressure relief line.
All right. It's almost the same list you said this morning.
Oh, it's been a long day.
It has.
And we were trapped in like a troll house.
Yeah.
Next house we build, we're going to build a bigger mechanical room.
Yeah. Or have like a full basement where all this stuff can go. Next house we build. I let that one slide by me.
You mean blackberries?
Get on back there. There you go. I think it looks great.
That looks like it should just...
Go right on. Is this the final PEX?
I think this is the final PEX we have to do in this house.
Thanks. Like a boss.
We just got this last line connected for the water part system, and I think now all the water is connected to the hot water heater. Now we have a few other steps until it's all complete. So step number one, or one of the steps, I'm not sure what order we're going to do them in.
No, we haven't decided.
But we have the condensate drain that comes right out of here that we have some flexible clear drain line that we're going to run down and out through the rim joist. Then we have our pressure relief valve that we need to connect and exit to the outside. And we're going to use CPVC for that. And then our vent system that's going to go up to our concentric vent. And then we just need one more little piece for our gas line. And then the gas line will be connected as well. I don't know. Let's figure out which one are we going to tackle first.
The easiest one?
Yeah.
The hardest one? No.
Let's run to the store and get this fitting. That's
Okay.
the easiest one. I think we'll need like our plumb bob, or even at least our chalk line,
Okay.
to measure straight down
From both of those?
so we know where to drill these holes at.
Okay. People right now are like, if I never have to see Ryan wrap another thing with pipe tape.
I'm right there with the people.
Okay, I'll get that closed.
Okay. I think we're done down here.
Yep.
We got the piece on the outside to put in for the pressure relief. And then we got to figure out what's leaking right here.
Yeah.
And then onto the vent.
We just got done installing our pressure relief line and our condensate line to the water heater. We got all those ran outside the house, and now we are going to get ready to install this vent. And I think if we get this done, then we just have one piece we need to get from the store, to install our gas, and our water heater is done. So let's push to get this done.
We just got done gluing up the exhaust vent, our concentric vent for our hot water heater. And now Sarah is upstairs right where that venting is coming up from our equipment room. I'm heading up on the ladder where we have our vent there, just so I can brace on that vent so she can push up and through. We've got a little soapy water that will go around the outside of that vent, so it'll help us get it up and through probably. But for right now, I'm going up a ladder. Come on for the ride. All right, so we have this covered with some plastic. I'm gonna get that taken off and then give Sarah the all clear to push the pipe up to me. Okay. All right, so I would spray some around obviously the outside, and I'll kind of brace down on this. Oh, that's the little one. I was like, that's going in way too easy. Oh, it's like a baby's coming out. It looks like it's gonna do it. Just keep pushing. There you go.
That's as far as I can go.
So Sarah and I have been working on getting the vent lines up. They go up through the floor here, up to the next level, and then combine together to go through the concentric vent that we put up through the roof. So now all we have to do is get those glued, but unfortunately our son had his piano lesson. So I'm gonna work on getting the recirculating pump connected to the main unit with the wiring. And then we also had a GFC outlet that we had installed for this water heater, and the recommendations from Ream say that you should not have a GFCI. So I'm going to swap that out for a standard single pole. And what I'm really hoping is that if Sarah can pick up the last little gas part that we need, it's just a little close nipple that we need for our gas system. And once we have that, our system is able to be tested. Now, like I said before, the vents still need to be glued, but it would be a great feeling to be able to get that connected and test the system out, see it working. And no, all we have to do is just get the glue pieces together and we are done with this project. So we may have a little surprise for you later this evening. We'll cross our fingers, see how far I get. All right, I was able to run to the store and get that last little piece that I needed to complete our gas system, and it allows me to try out our hot water heater. And Sarah is gone running our son to his piano practice, and I want to surprise her by, when she gets home, being like, the hot water heater is tested, it's working, it's awesome. Now we still have to glue those vent pieces up to the top, but I think she'll be really excited if it's working. So I'm going to get this last piece to the gas system installed, and then we're going to turn the switch on and see how everything works. All right, I got this fitting all taped and pipe doped up. Now I'm going to put it into our gas system. Now I just have the fitting down below and we'll be all set to test. All right, so we got all the gas pieces connected. I have this little rain shield that needs to go up on top of our vent stack, and I need to go turn on the propane supply line at the house. So we got our main valve here. I get that turned on. And then we have the main valve on the tank here. All right, now I just have that rain cap to put on. Okay. I
think we're ready to test.
Now we're going to turn on the gas to the water heater. And I think the only thing left to do is to supply power to So we'll just get this plugged in, and if I understand correctly, the pump should kick in and the furnace should fire, and it should kind of bring the recirculating loop up to temperature, and we'll see. I hear things whirling. Propane's on. So here, go and open up turn on the hot water a little bit, like halfway. Okay, now let's see what happens over here. I think it lit.
One second. Let's see if it's working. Oh! Oh! It's warm! It's warm! It's warm! It's warm!
Is it?
Yeah!
Okay. I would count that as a success.
Last night I got home from running my son to one of his extracurricular activities, and Ryan surprised me by having the water heater almost complete. He actually had it all plugged in. It runs, it works. So all we have to do is get those PVC pieces vented, and then we will be done with our water heater. We can actually start using it.
And move on to,
Shiplap?
yeah, I think walls and ceilings.
And then we'll be moving on to walls and ceilings. So pretty exciting to be almost done with all of our mechanical.
Super.
All right, let's get to work. Okay, step number 1 to gluing is
Disassembling?
disassembling the dry fit.
I'm like, I don't know how we got them in there.
I know, and even getting,
Yeah.
there's one. Ah!
Okay.
There's one. Glad that didn't hit your head.
Every day I'm awake, I'm grateful for your love. 'Cause you're making me brave when you say that I am enough. Every night close my eyes, know that I can do anything. When we're together, you know we're better, and we'll run this town someday. We could shoot for the moon to the tune of our own songs. Melodies only we could sing inside us all along. Everything that I dream of seems so possible. With one foot in front of the other, gonna find our own way. Pour me champagne and let me dance. We're gonna celebrate, taking a chance, so get off.
Behind me, you can see that we have our intake vent all installed. Now we just have to get the exhaust vent, and then this water heater is done.
'Cause those little things are little at all. We're gonna go beyond the stars, yeah, beyond the stars. Get up in the clouds, so we might stay. 'Cause it's hard to turn your God and fly away. You wanna run away? We could go to the heights and the lows. We've come and how far we've yet to believe. So just stand up and
I've washed my hands like 5 times now for this sequence, and they feel so good, and it's so warm. I'm up early before the family like I always am, getting ready to do my workout, and I just got to wash my hands with heated water, you guys. Oh my gosh, it felt so good. And it's really cold out today, and I was actually like, oh, I'm gonna wash my hands and they're gonna get so cold and I'm gonna be so cold through the workout. Nope, I feel like I could have washed my hands all morning long. Thank you guys so much for following along as we installed our water heater. This is where we're going to leave you for this episode. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button so we know, and subscribe if you haven't already so you can follow along for the rest of the build.